The ant, named Erin, had worked harder than anyone in the colony, yet he was still failing. Every morning before the sun warmed the soil, Erin was already moving. While other ants stretched or chattered, he carried crumbs twice his size. His legs shook, his breath grew short, but he kept going. He believed what everyone told him since birth. Hard work always pays off, but deep inside, something felt wrong. Because no matter how hard he worked, he remained stuck at the same place, watching others move ahead. The colony lived beneath an old oak tree, a massive world of tunnels and chambers ruled by routine and order. The Queen's rules were clear. Gather food, follow paths, don't question the system. Erin followed every rule perfectly. He never complained, never rested longer than allowed. Yet, when winter came, it wasn't Erin who was praised. It wasn't Erin who was promoted to lead a food line. It was ants like Bran and Leora who somehow did less work but seemed to grow faster, stronger, and more confident. At night, when the colony slept, Erin lay awake in the dark soil, staring at nothing, asking himself a painful question. Why wasn't his hard work enough? One evening, after a long day of carrying grains from the human picnic site, Erin slipped. The crumb he carried fell and rolled away. The impact sent a sharp pain through his leg. As he struggled to stand, he heard laughter. A group of ants passed by, whispering his name. "He works like a machine," one said. "Yes, but he'll always be just a worker," another replied. Their words hurt more than his injury. That night, Erin felt something new. Not exhaustion, not pain. Doubt. For the first time, he wondered if he was doing everything wrong. Days later, while limping through an unused tunnel, Erin met Eron, an old ant few remembered. Eron no longer worked in food lines. His body was scarred, his movements slow, but his eyes were sharp. He watched Erin struggle silently before speaking. "You're strong," Erin said, "but you're lost." Erin froze. No one had ever said that to him. "I work harder than anyone," Erin replied, frustration spilling out. "I do everything right. But I'm still nothing." Eron smiled, not kindly, not cruelly, but knowingly. "Hard work without direction is just exhaustion." Those words stayed with Erin. Tobo. Over the following days, Erin began visiting Eron. The old ant told stories of the past, of ants who didn't just follow paths but created new ones. Ants who failed, were mocked, but later changed the fate of the colony. Eron spoke of mindset, something Erin had never considered. "You believe effort alone makes you worthy," Eron said one night. "But belief decides where effort takes you." Erin didn't fully understand, but something inside him shifted. The next morning, instead of rushing blindly into work, Erin paused. He observed the paths. He noticed how some routes wasted energy. He realized he had been carrying heavy crumbs alone when teamwork could make it easier. He saw that Bran didn't just work hard, he worked smart. Leora didn't just follow orders, she believed she deserved more. At first, change felt uncomfortable. Erin spoke up during planning meetings. He suggested shorter routes. Some ants laughed. Others ignored him. Doubt returned, louder this time. Who was he to think differently? One day, Erin failed badly. He led a small group on a new route that collapsed. Food was lost. The leader scolded him publicly. Shame burned through his body. That night, Erin sat alone, ready to give up on change, and return to silent hard work. Eron found him there. "Failure doesn't mean stop," Eron said softly. "It means learn." Erin realized something powerful in that moment. He had always seen failure as proof that he wasn't good enough. Now he saw it as feedback. From that day on, Erin worked with discipline, not desperation. He planned before acting. He trained his body and mind. He stopped comparing himself to others and started competing with who he was yesterday. When fear whispered, he answered with action. When doubt spoke, he reminded himself why he started. Weeks passed. Then months. Winter arrived early that year. Food became scarce. Panic spread through the colony. The usual routes were empty. The leaders were confused. That's when Erin stepped forward. He shared everything he had learned. New routes, smarter teamwork, efficient storage. At first, hesitation filled the chamber. But desperation opened minds. The colony followed Erin. The plan worked. Food returned. Order was restored. The Queen noticed. For the first time, Erin wasn't seen as just a worker. He was seen as a thinker, a leader. But the real victory wasn't recognition. It was internal. Erin no longer believed he was small. One evening, standing at the tunnel entrance, watching ants move with purpose, Erin felt something he had never felt before. Peace. Hard work hadn't failed him. Blind hard work had. The shift wasn't in his effort. It was in his mindset. And that lesson is why stories like this exist on channels like MindShift Tales. Because change doesn't begin when life gets easier. It begins when thinking gets stronger. If you feel like you're working endlessly but going nowhere, remember Erin. Ask yourself not, am I working hard enough? But am I thinking right? Because when belief aligns with discipline, growth becomes unstoppable. Your journey doesn't change when luck arrives. It changes when you do.